Okay, I'm live. Thanks, Jenny, for helping out with that. Hi, everybody. My name's Emily Weusi, and I own Weusi Wellness Cafe. You can see it on the screen over there. That's fun. But I wanted to say thank you first to Corinna for having me on here today and for thinking of me. I'm really excited this morning to do a healthy recipe with you guys. We're going to be doing a almond butter cup smoothie. So kind of like a peanut butter cup, like a Reese's flavor, but with almond butter. It's actually one of my favorites. And then we're also going to be doing some oatmeal. It's cold right now, which is awesome. I woke up to a cold house and had to turn the heat on. So oatmeal is one of those breakfasts that are super delicious anytime, but I feel like very comforting in the wintertime. So we're going to do that. I already have the milk going. I'm going to go ahead and turn it up so it'll start boiling while we talk a little bit. And then while the oatmeal's cooking, we're going to work on the smoothie. So welcome to my home kitchen. I told my husband doing these live cooking demos and shows and classes make me want to remodel my kitchen. It's a good excuse to. So that's what I'm saving up for. But you can pretty much see everything. But I'm going to come over here with my almond milk. So I have unsweetened almond milk on my stove. And I'm just going to turn it up. I already had it on low. So I'm turning it up so that it'll start boiling. While it's boiling, I'll then dump in my old-fashioned oats. And so right now we have 1 3/4 cup on the stove. And we're going to add 1 cup of oats. These are old-fashioned oats. So if you eat oatmeal a lot, there's a few different ways you can make it. There's the 1-minute oats. Usually those come in packets too. Be careful with those because they have a lot of added sugar. So be sure to look at that. They also have those in the tubs like these. And then these are the next level up, I would say, old-fashioned oats. They're like rolled oats also is something they're called. But they're flat, like, I don't know, they're flat. And these are great as well. But I would say the most premium oats you can get that are the most complex, which is what you want if you're eating healthy, is going to be the steel cut oatmeal. You have to boil it and cook it just like we're doing on the stove with this one. But that one is harder for your body to break down, which is good because you burn more calories where you're breaking down the food and it gives you longer sustained energy. It's going to be less likely to spike your insulin levels, your blood sugar. So we're going to go ahead and get this on the stove. It's boiling. And I just poured those oats in. I use a wooden spoon. So one like this. This is what I like to use with my oats. And I'm just stirring it in. And then I'm turning it down to low for, I believe, 5 minutes. So I'm going to set a timer. And I know a lot of you guys probably aren't cooking right now that are watching, but during our live virtual cooking classes that I host every Sunday from 1 to 3 p.m., this is kind of how it goes. I'm on Zoom, and our last class we had about 6 people, and so we're all cooking at the same time, prepping at the same time. I provide the grocery list, and it tells you exactly what aisle to go on, or you can do curbside. But that's something that I'm doing a lot of, and I'm really going to push in the new year because I really enjoy doing these live cooking demos with you guys. So while our oats are cooking, I got my timer set, so I'm not going to forget. We're going to start working on our smoothie. So I have just an ice cube tray at home. So if you have ice at home, get some ice, and you're going to want to fill up. I have a Ninja blender. I'll spin over here. So right here, this little guy, which is great. You can get it at Sam's or at H-E-B for like under $100, but I would say it's worth it. But this is what I use at home. I also use those at the cafe. They're great for single portion smoothies. If you're making like a big or multiple smoothies, then I would say get a big blender. But if you're just making one for you in the morning, these are a lot easier to clean. and they're cheaper to replace, is what I found. So fill up your cup with ice. I would say this is like probably a medium size. If you wanted smaller, you could go down. Just kind of depends on how much you want in the morning. So fill up your cup with ice. I would say 3/4 of the height that you want. And then 1/4 of the cup, you want to do frozen bananas. So you can get frozen bananas at HEB, or you can cut them yourself. That's what we do at the cafe. And then you just freeze them in Ziploc bags. One tip, if you do freeze your own bananas, is to lay them flat and don't let them like squish down in the freezer. Otherwise it turns into a big block. So you have to kind of have a technique when you freeze your bananas, even though that sounds kind of strange. Okay, so we got that. I'm gonna check on our oats. They are bubbling over there. So I'm gonna turn the heat down a little bit and stir them. And they're looking really good. So you want the oats to be kind of sticky and soft. And so while those are cooking, we still have a few more minutes, about 2 more minutes, my timer says. You add almond milk. So this is the almond milk that I use, unsweetened vanilla. We use this for everything. There's no sugar in it, and it's just a good base milk for anything that you're making that is sweet. If you're not making something sweet, I wouldn't use the vanilla. I would use the unsweetened original. But be careful with plant milks because there are a lot of them that are sweetened and have a bunch of like syrup and sugar in them. So you always want to get the unsweetened. It doesn't taste as good, obviously, but if you're making smoothies, it's already going to be sweet. And so you don't really need that extra sugar. And so that's just my little tip there. So fill this up just to the top of the fruit and you're good. That's how we measure our milk. You want to fill it up just to the top or just under, and that's like the perfect amount of milk. And then since we're doing the almond butter cup, if you wanted to do a peanut butter cup, you would do the same recipe, but with peanut butter. But I'm using some almond butter from HEB. And we're just going to do, I like to do 2 tablespoons. So like 2 heaping scoops of almond butter or peanut butter, whichever you prefer. And sometimes it's easier to like get a knife or something and kind of scrape it off the spoon. And I have some music on too. So when you cook, I always recommend to put some music on, kind of get in the zone. Let it be something that is therapeutic and relaxing. Especially in the morning, you want to have a good mindset, good attitude as you're getting ready for the day. And I'm speaking to myself. I will say this cold weather kind of makes me want to stay home and do not a lot of things. But definitely getting that breakfast in the morning is going to help you wake up. Coffee, adding coffee to this is so delicious. I was going to make a shot of espresso. Oh, our oatmeal is done. We'll take it off the stove. But what I was saying is this is great if you want to add a little bit of coffee in at this point. If you do, just put less milk. That way it's not too watery. But yeah, so you could put coffee or espresso. I have a espresso machine. It's like $30 on Amazon actually, but it's one that you can make just a small pot and add it in. So that would be great if you're trying to get your coffee in and your breakfast at the same time. Okay, so we got our almond butter in here. Now we need to add our protein. We also need to turn our oats off. So I'm going to go ahead and turn mine off. They look delicious. If you wanted some extra fat calories in your oatmeal, you could add in ghee butter or you could add in coconut oil. That's going to help curb your cravings longer. So getting a little bit more healthy fat. We are going to put almond butter in it, so you're going to get some fats, but just know if you are doing a diet where you want a little bit more fat in the morning, then you could add that to your oatmeal now. So this is the protein that we use. Oop, learning how to do this on the camera. This is the protein we use at the cafe. It is Onnit. You can see the name right here. So Onnit is a high quality supplement company based out of Austin, Texas. We used to be pretty good friends with the owner. We've both gotten pretty busy, but the guy's a great guy. Aubrey Marcus, he really cares about the ingredients in their supplements. So that's why we use them. And they're kind of local since it's Austin. And we know the guy. So why not support other people that you know? So we put 1 scoop of that. It's actually Mexican chocolate flavored. This is our whey protein, so it's dairy based. It's a grass-fed whey, so the cows were grass-fed. But we also have plant-based protein. I was told by a vegan last week that we are the only place in town that has plant-based protein. I don't know if that's true, but she said she called everywhere and we were the only ones. So if you need plant-based protein smoothies, come over to us or make them at home. Alrighty, so we got our smoothie. I'm just trying to screw on the lid. This can be kind of tricky sometimes. So we got it screwed down. You want to make sure it's screwed on pretty tight. And then I have this little swivel thing, which is cool. This is our Ninja smoothie maker. I actually was going to mute it so you guys don't have to hear the blender. Let's see. These blenders work really good, actually. And then, yeah, so that's it. I have a straw here, and you can either transfer it into another cup or just drink it out of the blender cup, which is pretty cool. But yeah, this is our almond butter cup. It's so good. So I want to explain what it kind of tastes like to you guys. It is thick, like a milkshake. That's kind of the consistency. And trust me, it's a science. We had to figure out how much of each ingredient to put to get that consistency, because it can be too watery or it can be too thick and it won't blend. So this is the perfect amount. So it's the same consistency as a milkshake. It has ice in it, which I really love because it's kind of crunchy, like little bitty crunchies. And then it's thick because of the almond butter. So it's kind of like, it kind of feels like it's ice cream, guys. So like a milkshake ice cream, which I love. And then the almond butter kind of gives it like a cookie taste. And the Mexican chocolate has cinnamon in it, the protein powder. So it just has a lot of flavor. It's really good. And I'm telling you guys, if you add coffee or espresso, like it is just another level delicious. And this would be great in the mornings. In the evenings, if you are a late night, like sugar tooth type person, I don't know if this was correct, but if you have a sugar tooth and you tend to eat a lot of sweets at night, I would say doing a smaller, maybe like half this size smoothie, like pretending like it's ice cream because it tastes like ice cream. That would be a good replacement for you. This is a meal replacement shake that we just made for breakfast. And you could have it for lunch. Sometimes when I'm stressed and my stomach's kind of upset, I'll just get a smoothie down because it's just easy. I know I'm getting in a healthy fat, some fruit, some ice, which is water, some almond milk, like all kinds of good stuff, protein. So if you're in a hurry, this is a great choice. We make this smoothie at the cafe as well. So if you're in a hurry and you don't have time to make it on your own, you can stop by. We make small, mediums, and larges, and you can get the espresso added in there. Call ahead if you're in a hurry, and we'll have it ready for you. But next, I'm going to go ahead and get started on our oatmeal. We are about halfway done, which is awesome. Pulling it off the stove here. So that's what it looks like, thick. If you get the still cut oats, they look more kind of like like porridge or grits. But again, these are better, the old fashioned or the steel cut versus the quick oats, just because again, it's less processed. It's harder for your body to break down. Whoa, my pot's dirty. Don't laugh at me, guys. Let's see. All right, so I made about 2 servings, honestly. And since we are having a shake, you could go lighter on the oatmeal. But the good thing is if you make a little bit too much, then you just basically meal prepped for yourself for tomorrow. So you can always package it at the same time. That's what I would recommend. And we'll do that here too. That way y'all can see. So I'm going to make one to eat today right now, and then I'm going to make one for me to eat tomorrow in the morning. And that's, if you don't meal prep, I'm sure most people by now know what the idea or concept of meal prepping is. But that's what it is. You're just making a little bit extra for yourself so that you don't have to cook again throughout the week. So it's definitely helpful. So the oats are great because they're going to give you energy throughout the day. Long-lasting fuel. You'll notice if you eat oatmeal in the morning, you will stay full longer, and you'll have more energy. So what we're going to do next, we have 2 bowls here. I'm going to go ahead and put our almond butter on. So again, using the same almond butter. There's a few different kinds at H-E-B. They just came out with their own brand, like this last, I don't know, 6 months maybe. But your oats should be hot enough to where when you put it on top, it melts a little bit. If it doesn't, you could warm it up for a little bit longer. I like a lot of almond butter. Not everyone wants that much, so it's up to you here. I would say don't exceed 2 tablespoons, so just 1 to 2. I'm going to put mine in the microwave really quick just to warm up that butter. So 30 seconds. This is our logo, guys, too. We're on Hunter Road where the big 10-foot green dinosaur is. I don't know how much I talked about that. While that's warming up, I'll let you guys know a little bit about me. I grew up in Texas, went to Texas State. My husband also went to Texas State, so we're alumni. And we stayed, my husband that I'm married to now, when I met him, he actually already had a business. He had a small gym on the square. And I was really fascinated that he got to just help people all day and boost their confidence and help them to achieve their fitness goals and their life goals. So when I saw what he was doing, I came in. My degree was actually in marketing and design and graphic design. So, but I dove into fitness and health. So I really love it. And I've been doing meal prep now for myself or for other people for about 7 years. And we've had our gym open for 10 years, and I've had the meal prep cafe open now for 2 years. So the main thing though that I'm focusing on are these virtual cooking classes. So love this. All right, so our butter is melted. It looks like we have about less than 10 minutes now. So I just put the butter right in the middle, and then I have a banana, fresh banana. Dice that thing up, so I have it sliced up here. Show you guys my food. And then you want to just get creative and make it pretty for yourself, right? Why not? Why not get a little creative, make a happy face, whatever you want to do to help make your day start off a little bit better. So put my bananas there. This is the part where you can get real creative and, you know, do toppings. These are the ones I usually do. A little bit of honey and some cinnamon. And then we also have raisins. You could do blueberries, anything like that to add to the toppings. I was just reading the notes. All right, so our oatmeal is pretty much complete. This is how I like mine. Normally I would add some blueberries, but I don't have any. But again, you can do raisins. At the cafe, we put goji berries, which are really good. But yeah, so you have your almond butter cup, your oatmeal bowl, and I'm even gonna finish up by making myself another one for me to enjoy tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for having me. I think my time's almost up. I did want to talk about the holidays. So again, those virtual meal prep classes, it's live like this on Zoom. It's a class of people, so you get a community aspect to where you get to meet other people in the community. You can also invite people who don't live near you and do the cooking class together, which is kind of like a bonding thing. But 1 to 3 on Sundays. So it's only going to take 2 hours. We make 10 meals and I send you 2 recipes. I give you a grocery list, tells you exactly where to go get it. And those are typically $40 a class. For Christmas, we're doing a promo and we're going to be doing $50 off when you buy 4. So it drops it down to about $100 and you'll get to go to 4 different cooking classes, which equates to 40 meals that you cook for yourself, but you learn how to do it and you have fun while you do it. So we had great feedback from our last ones. What else? Coming up, the holidays. We got Thanksgiving. We have Christmas. I just want to encourage you guys to get creative, make those dishes delicious but nutritious. Try to do fresh ingredients. We love to try to spin any recipe and make it a little bit healthier. So I hope that you guys have a wonderful holiday season. I hope that you'll take advantage. Like I said, those virtual meal prep classes are great stocking stuffers or just gifts for anybody who is wanting to learn how to cook healthy and enjoy themselves while doing it. All right. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and jump off. Thank you so much, Corinna and Jenny. And I hope you guys enjoy your oatmeal and your almond butter cup whenever you have a chance to make it. Until next time, we're located on 2626 Hunter Road, where the big dinosaur is, across from San Marcos Barbecue. We have a cafe, smoothies, breakfast, lunch, meal prep, meal plans. We have a health coach on site. We're hiring a registered dietitian. And then we have the meal prep classes online. My husband has the fitness side, so we are just trying to be a one-stop shop for you guys. All right, well, y'all have a great day, and I hope to see everybody soon.